stream wasn't up. Restream's being weird. This whole multi-streaming thing is pissing me off recently. There we go. Well, unfortunately, we weren't on live on YouTube like I thought we were. I can never tell these days. Okay, well, sounds like my eldest daughter is being a bit of a pill. Mine's just way dusty all over. All the cool kids are on Twitch. Yeah. So I have Oh shoot, where is it now? I might have to dig around and find it. I have like a little little small electronic like hand vacuum, and I use that to kind of do some general dusting. You could use it as a blower or as a vacuum, and it works really well. I usually keep it on my desk here. I wonder if I've moved it at some point, because I've been working on a lot of projects recently. I probably moved it, but yeah, that's what I've typically used, and it's been pretty decent for me, for the most part. That's not at all what that should be. Oh, yeah, that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that was being so. I think it's still being weird, but anyway, not important. Really don't want to pull every keycap. Well, if you want to keep things nice and clean, sometimes you have to go above and beyond, unfortunately. Let's see. I think I'm okay with just 40. I'm gonna remove that. And then we'll just do an empty circuit condition just to make sure this doesn't leave. Alright. We'll just monitor this, make sure that it gets to Gleba nice and safe, then we can start sending down some of the stuff that we need. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a redesign on this ship. It works for most trips, but I'd feel a lot better if it was doing red ammo instead of yellow ammo. In fact, right here, we're gonna run out. We're gonna take some hits. Yep. Yep, that was what I was afraid of. Yep, so we're taking quite a bit of damage there now. And unfortunately, we're not going to be getting those turrets back for a hot minute. Which means we're going to have to go to Vulcanus to resupply all that. And it's going to be expensive. That sucks. Oh well. Alright, let's start dropping down the roboports. That stuff and that stuff. Alright, if I recall, I think this acts like a logistic chest itself, so I think they'll pull from it. Ah, but it's not actually in the network, so they won't, in fact, pull from it. So let me add it. Ta-da! Yep, then I just have to start requesting. So I'm gonna wait on the logistic robots themselves for a bit. Start getting all that down. The cliff explosives can come down as well. Let's wait on the transport belts for just a bit. Okay, I think I just deployed... Okay, it's 50 there, so I'm just gonna drop all those, and then the last one I just want to do... Again, I just want to keep 30. Now I come back up to the star and drop down all of those green belts, which I am going to just go ahead and say that I want pretty much everything upgraded to green belts again. Give me some of those. Put this radar back down for now. Because again, with the spoilage, speed is key. Oh, oops. Okay, I was gonna say, that's going the wrong way. The cliff explosives will be making their way through soon. Okay. Got our nice speedy belts that'll help cut down some of that unnecessary spoilage time. There's gonna be just some spoilage time just by definition of how this all works, unfortunately, but that's okay. Unfortunately, I can't really repair the ship from Gleba in this current state of being. So we're gonna have to be very careful when we send that star back. Well, not super careful. We just need it to have enough that the core ship itself survives the encounter. It won't be too bad. You're not a fan of Factorio, though, huh, Famous? I get that. Usually whenever I play Factorio, it gets very quiet, for the most part. I don't tend to get a lot of traction when I play Factorio, but I love Factorio so much that I just kind of eat it. You know, wanting to play something that I enjoy, rather than trying to just chase the dream, so to speak. What I need to do is all a bit overwhelming for my brain. Yeah, well, you thought the same thing with Total War Warhammer, but you got into that pretty good. Get rid of that. And then remember we were upgrading all of that. Okay. Oh, I guess I can go ahead and just... Yeah, see how much faster that goes? Much faster. I need some more landfill. Having an IRL investment into the world helped too. Well, shoot, I can give you an IRL investment into this if you need as well. I got some microcontrollers. We can do something. We'll make something happen, don't you worry. Hey, Murkai, how's it going? Long time no squeak. Oh, well, I guess I just get that landfill. That's okay. Finally, some days off. I feel that. I understand that. Alright, now that I got the landfill, we can come over here. Man, look how fast that belt is. That is beautiful. I love that. Let's see. So it travels along, does this whole thing. Oh. Good, I can see where my holes are now. Starting at Factorio takes a minute manual placing. Living in the Stone Age, my friend. How unfortunate. I remember when I was a barbarian once. How heinous. Let's see. There we go. Setting up depot so I can pull a lot of iron. There you go. Not bad. Yeah, I think I have most of this set up now. What we're missing here, really, is the power. And I've got a couple of ideas for that right now. But in order to kind of jumpstart us a bit, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. We're going to start a steam plant. Because I got a bunch of landfill and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come out to the sort of marshy water stuff. I'll go like right here. And let's see. Got my 8 boilers. So let's turn this off just so I can kind of get things placed. I'm going to go 2, 2, 2, and 2, like that, okay? Then like that. Then what I want to do is I want to just go opposite there. So there's going to be, and I can just do one bell like that. I could then do just like so. Nice, cheap. Very cheap, very cheap. Which is one of the main criterias that I have for this, is just to keep it nice and cheap. We'll try to have it sort of supplement with the solar power as well, but we'll get to that in a second. Waiting for engines to make the train. Well, there you go. Alright, and for now, I'm just gonna do like this, and then I'll need some more of these. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more of those as well. Alright, now we can start placing down things, because this is isolated. How was your day? You look refreshed? Man, I must be real good at faking then. It was a day. I had to babysit someone else's kid on top of my own, and I didn't get to do like half of the stuff I was hoping to do. Man, that copper bacteria is pissing me off, to say the least. Here, I'm just gonna unload a bunch of stuff there. Rough, yeah, I actually have I got a pretty wild headache from that. Not good. But it's okay. It was good. They're actually, so I have a local D&D group that I DM for. And unfortunately, some of these players are one family and they are moving out and away. So I kind of did it as like, oh, I hate to see you go, but I understand that you need help packing and that. So I watched their kid while they took care of that. I ran out of landfill. That's what happened. What kind of headset you got? Looks comfy. Oh, well, this is actually a Bear, the DT900 Prox. It's kind of considered an audiophile. Yeah, Beyer, B-E-Y-E-R dynamic. So it's kind of like an audiophile studio headset. I actually splurged on it because for years I've done just like super basic or like the ultra cool gaming headset stuff, which is always like not that great, to be honest with you. So I wanted to get a dedicated headset that was actually good. And I did a little bit of research. I found this one. It was actually on a sale at the time that I got it. So that was a pretty nice deal for me. Is it USB or needs a sound card? Needs a sound card. It is an aux. It's an aux port type of deal. It is worth it though. Because like sound is really good. It's not necessarily noise canceling, so I can actually hear stuff around me pretty good, but when I turn up the volume, it starts to have like noise canceling qualities, so to speak. I don't know, it's really neat. I like it. I like it a lot. I need to keep the non-burnables with me for now. But yeah, it's not a USB one. So it actually has, I can show you right here. So it's got a quick detach right there as well. It's not wireless, so you have to have this on, so I can't actually hear anything right now. But what's nice is this is my long one, and it has a short one too. So if I'm ever traveling, I just detach this. This packs really nice and neat. I can have the shorter one for my laptop and all that if I want to have good quality sound, or I can use my USB earphones for that. And yeah, it's just a nice hot swap, plug and play type of thing. I'm not used to taking it out, but yeah, it just pops in really nicely. Just like that. I look for a new headset, but I need a sound card too. Very nice. Yeah. So it's really good quality. The biggest thing is that it sits nicely on my head so I can wear it for long periods of time. Which most of my other headsets I've had have eventually been just terrible for having it on your head for an extended period of time. So that was one of my criteria, was that I wanted it to be a good endurance headset. So yeah, highly recommend it. Good sound quality if you play a lot of like games that you need to be a little bit of an audiophile, such as Escape from Tarkov, where audio is a big advantage. Very good for that. If you just like this way that music sounds, also is very good for that as well. So yeah, no real complaints on it thus far. Take some of this, just do like that, and then let's start by throwing down some spoilage, just to kind of kickstart the power a bit. I completely forgot to actually get the water across. There we go. Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of letting this run its power, so to speak. That should connect it to everything else, and it did. Yep, 63.7 megawatts is what it's wanting. And mostly it's wanting that sort of number, I guarantee, because of the bot network right now. Which is fine by me. We already threw down all the wood that we could there. I've got some stone. Alright, so I need to do 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'll need to make some more of this other stuff as well. Do you know how to do the math for smelting furnace ratio? Folio belt can handle X amount of furnace? Yeah, so you can actually do that math yourself pretty easily. Now, because they've actually added, if you hover over your furnaces, for example, so you can actually see how much they'll produce. So right there, it'll tell you 0.31 per second, right? So if this will eat 0.31 ore per second, and then these ones move 15 items per second, you just do the math like that. Right? So, let me see. If you wanted to fully use it, like really min-max it, let me show you right here. The basic thing that you do is you just kind of look over here again. So you have 0.31, right? Didn't see that? Oh yeah, it's super nice. So 0.31 per second, you know that you can do 15 items per second. So what you're going to do with that is then you just say, hey, how many of these does it take? So if I times this by 3, then I know I can do 3, we'll do 1 of those per second, right? So now if I'm doing 15 items per second, I can then take that 0.93. You know, obviously you go up by 15, right? So if I do 0.31, if I do times 4, that's a little bit over. So I'm gonna undershoot it, where you have the 3 at 0.93, okay? So what that means is then you have your 15 items, you're gonna times that by 3, you have 45 furnace stacks, right? Will consume 1 full yellow belt at a time. And that's not a perfectly even number, so you could either go 46, go 1 above, so that you're eating up just a little bit more than that, or you can go 1 below at the 44 and just keep it just understanding you're going to have a little bit of a build up with that, which if that's what you want, that's good. But if you want to have it consume it all, you do 1 above to make sure that it does that. Now, keep in mind though, you're probably not going to fully eat that up, because from what we did before, if I pull this up again, we know that that 0.93 means that we have essentially a 7% loss of efficiency, right? So if I take that 45 and I actually times that by 0.07, oopsie, what did I do? So we can see here that we could actually shave off probably 3. So then you could do 42 essentially, but again, there's that 0.15. You can go a little bit above, see how it functions and all that. If you have a few that are sitting idle, a few are sitting idle, type of thing, but that gets you into the ballpark range of it, right? There are tools out there that you could use that kind of do this process for you, but that's essentially what you're going for with that. Just a couple of simple little calculations will get you that. It's made way easier because you can just hover over and see that stuff, and you can see that with everything: mining drills, assembling machines, chemical plants, biolabs, and all that stuff. Does it all. Okay, I need to get some more iron. So I need to find some of that iron. Yeah, right over here. Stromatolite stuff. And the iron bacteria. Because I'm just going to take it off manually here. I'm going to make just a little box to put my... Really? Frickin' random weed right there that got in my way. That's stupid. Alright. I just want to make sure that I grab everything here, so... 15 items per second is the full belt. Both sides per side is 15. Each side of the belt does 7.5. Yeah, so don't think about it like that. every tile you can have 8 maximum, right? It's not really... It's saying that it's going at 15 per second because that's just the speed of the belt, right? So it's able to move 15 items per second. I think best way to kind of think about it is if you were to take, like... If you were to actually sit down and calculate it, I don't think that you would see that it would matter on which side of the belt. It's just moving those items at that speed, right? So if you've got 8 items moving down the belt, and it says 15 per second, that means that 15 items pass over that belt in a single second, right? So I think each side of the belt would be like 7.5, which is why when you have your split belt type of thing, yeah, it's gonna be slower, but I don't think it's exactly 7.5, but it is gonna be, you know, close to that. It might be exactly that too, like, I'm not entirely sure. It could be as simple as that. I think the math on it's not exactly linearly speaking that, though. I could be wrong, of course. I 100% could be wrong. There we go. I just want to get some of these rolling. There. Really smell the use of the coal and ore on the same belt. Yes, but the reason that you do that is because of the speed that these are doing it, right? So, like I said, in order to do a full yellow belt, you would then essentially be having this huge furnace stack line, right? So it's kind of the difference between that and then doing like an electric furnace, right? So an electric furnace, if I come in here and I throw in this, you can see that it's 0.62 a second versus the 0.31. So bigger and twice as fast. It also has less pollution and all that, but, you know, details on that. We got the min-max, so I got the right amount going there. Yeah, so you know, just do some research with it, do a little bit of experimentation. Find what works for you, basically, on it. That's all you can do, right? Yeah, so this is all... okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Well, so 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. So I need to have enough to make 16 steam engines. And then we'll have power come back. So I can start with 4 right there. And it's not going to matter a whole lot right now because I can't sustainably fill them right now with what I have so far. I will be able to eventually. And again, part of the big power draw is the massive, massive drain that is the RoboPorts. Because you can see they're not full on electricity yet still. Just need to know how it works so I can fiddle with it. Yeah. Yep, that's about the gist of how that works, so... yeah, that gives me 6. I'll go ahead and just go throw those down while we're waiting for that to kind of smelt. And like I said, this isn't going to be super perfect either. Yeah, you can actually see right now, I'm suffering pretty terribly when it comes to my power here. Because I'm operating off of solar panels, and solar panels aren't the be-all and end-all on Gleba, unfortunately, so that's kind of hurting. Okay. Let's go ahead and send down the logistic drones. And then let's decide what we need again. Because I don't think we need more of the belts and stuff, but I do believe we're going to need some things. Shipping fuel's not a super hot idea on my list right now. I don't think it'd be worth it to ship fuel anyway. It'd be much more sustainable to make fuel locally. As much as I can, but I like the environment. Oh, that's good. It's a pretty hateful environment. The spoilage is a factor that we have to deal with regularly, which is great. Oh, man. Okay. Nope, nope. Turn off. Turn off. I'll just walk over and just grab it all. You relax. Sit back. Kick back a little bit. I'll just rip it up myself. Okay. Yep, so all that bacteria did turn into the ore that we wanted. That's good. Oh, speaking of belts and stuff, did this end up filling in? Oh, sure did. Look at that. That is beautiful. Okay, does that mean that our... Okay, about 1.4k green circuits produced and consumed. 49.1 blue. And only consuming. Really? Hold on a second. $20 a minute. Really? So I'm actually producing more blue circuits than I'm eating up right now, which is insane. That's usually not the case. Which means I should start getting a build-up, which means that making the rockets and stuff should be a lot faster next time. Beautiful. I want to make them a lot faster, but I'd have to do a belt system for that, and right now I just have a drone system for all this. So it's working so far. I still want to fix the green circuit situation, because I feel like that's still sort of a limiting factor. Although, actually, there is some floating in there, so I guess that's not bad. How did I do what? Okay, I'm gonna have to just... Yeah, we're just gonna have to just eat the process here, I think. Let's take off all these requests, though. And then I just want to set, like, another circuit condition just to make sure to stay... Oh, actually, on this one. Just to keep that right there. Okay, we're gonna send it over to Vulcanus. It's gonna take damage. It's unavoidable. It's gonna take a lot more damage, but luckily Vulcanus could actually repair this. And I'm gonna have it only request what it needs to repair, so... Blue chip making more than you need. So right now it's because I'm not on Vulcanus, so I'm not actively using my rocket silos, which is where most of the processing unit stuff is gonna come into play. So that's part of it, but it's also, I have a lot of speed modules and stuff going into play, making, like, what's the... Let's see, we're making, just to kind of put into perspective, I'm doing about 2.9 thousand copper plates per hour. And I'm consuming them as they come out, like, instantly. Same thing with, like, the copper cables. I'm making copper cables and stuff, so... It's only because some of my stuff has been backed up right now. So, for example, I have a buildup of the red circuits right now, which I'm actually gonna go ahead and... I'm gonna unlock this so that I can get that going in a little bit higher capacity, because I do need that stuff. Oh my word, I just realized that I never actually did that for some reason. I don't know why. So now we got rockets coming up, which means that I'm I'm essentially just, sending this back to Vulcanus to repair and then get ready to, get me another shipment of what I think I need, so... So hopefully I get those gun turrets next. Yeah, gun turrets are coming up next. Yep, so... Unfortunately, the lack of red ammo has kind of hurt us a bit. Oh, so I'm not making walls on Vulcanus. Kind of a problem, but I can also, I can get walls from Novice if I want to, but I'd kind of prefer to get it from Vulcanus, so maybe let me correct that oversight a little bit. Do I have... We do have bricks. We're not making bricks very fast, though, is the issue. Which is a little surprising now that I think about it. So I'm gonna actually come in here and change those modules. So remote view is awesome. I'm so glad I don't have to be there, like, all the time now. There we go. So we're just gonna ramp up the speed on these, mostly. And then, let's see... I just want to look at our bricks here, because we've just been... The second that we make them, we just eat them, essentially. Because we're using them in a couple of different things. You can actually see them coming over here. Including making more of these furnaces, the electric furnaces, because some of the stuff has a lower priority and gets backed up, so that's kind of what's going on with that. And then you can see here that, yeah, now we have to come in and slowly remake these rockets, because we're not belt-based, we're bot-based, which kind of takes some time. Oh, man. So it might be better just to come back to Novice to load up on some stuff, since we do have a belt backup here. And it's been inactive for a bit. You can see there's actually biters and stuff like all over, but we've had no pollution. And this factory has essentially been inert for a long time. So we have a bit of an infestation problem, which I was hoping to get my companion, my wife, to come back and work on this with me, and she refuses. She quit. She turned in her 2 weeks, unfortunately. Very tragic time. Understaffed. Understaffed, as always. There we go. Throw in some more of that spoilage. And make some more of those. Okay, that should be enough. Probably overmade a few, but that's okay. Yeah, this happens every time where... Every time that I've had people come on, they don't last very long, and then I end up just having to play solo again every single time. Which, it's fine, but... There we go. Ooh, I am one off. Dang it. That sucks. Alright, yeah, so these guys will burn through that fuel pretty fast, but it gives us a little boost of energy, kind of. It'll work out, I'm sure. Because right now, I think it's just an issue of all of the Roboports are still trying to charge. Once they've charged, it won't be in as bad of a state, but the issue is getting to the point where they are charged, so... Whole lot of waiting on that. Okay, here we go. Ugh, get me out of there. Alright, there we go. Not the greatest. Honestly, I probably should just, like, do nuclear here. Since I don't have to worry about pollution factors or anything like that, but... Oh, I don't know, man. Let's see. I'm just gonna launch all those guys in there. I'll go do a little bit of work. Alright, so that gives us 350 logistics and 420 construction drones. That was not on purpose, by the way. Yep, and then this gives us, we've got some spoilage in the system. And spoilage burns way too fast, so we want to use that spoilage up in a couple of other processes. And one of them we could use it in sulfur and all that good stuff, but that's beside the point. Put that over there. Okay. So. This makes 60 nutrients a second. Unfortunately, I can't hover over these and see how fast they eat up the nutrients per second, which is kind of unfortunate, I'll be honest with you. But that's okay. That's okay. So right now, spores have gone down, which is really good. So I think what I want to do is I want to actually start requesting. I want to get like, I want to send a tank over, and let's do some explosive shells. They stack at 50 apiece per rocket. So every 100 is 2 rockets. Or let's do 6. And I want this one to come from Volcanus as well. Not enough to fill 1 rocket, what do you mean? Should definitely be on there, but oh well. Okay, let's see. I want to get that. Because I need to clear out some space. Probably let's request some more gun turrets while we're here. I want that to come from here as well. I can't believe... Oh, because we were just doing normal shells. We haven't been doing explosive shells. Honestly, that's probably fine. I think I'd actually prefer the, those shells instead, so let's do that. Is it the same thing? Yeah, so I'm gonna do 300 of those if possible, and I want to get it from Volcanus. So I'm gonna ask for more gun turrets then. And since we have it here, I'm just gonna go ahead and just request a bunch of the red magazines. I would get the green ones, but that takes a bit of time. This is gonna be expensive on the rocket end, for sure, but Volcanus can handle it. It might take it a bit of time to handle it, but it can handle it, so I'm not super worried about that end of it. Because again, here, the resources are essentially infinite. So it makes it really easy to feed these high throughput systems, even if they're not optimal systems. Ah, excuse me. Holy moly. And as long as it works right now, that is all I care about, so... Yep. So, the only request we can't satisfy is the wall. So, I'm gonna see if we can't, like, maybe build up a little bit. So, if we'll get some requests coming towards us here. If I just do that. Or I'm just gonna request a bunch of those, and then I'll just have maybe, like, 4 on hand. Don't need anything crazy. Okay, so it will direct some of it towards this, so that's good enough for me, honestly. So then from here, I think I can just cut out the novice bit, because we don't need the novice one right now. So yeah, now we're just gonna wait on getting some more cannon shells coming in. And then more magazines, all that stuff, that'll be good. Yep. I think that's it. I think that's all we need. So just a little bit of a combat supply. And we'll see how that goes. Normally I just try to make it on site, but I want to roll around and take care of those larger stompers, so that is what we're going to try to focus on right now. Okay, and then again, we'll have the bioflux and all that stuff do its thing. Let's see, since we have all this going on, here's what I'm gonna do. I want to do a decider combinator as a, activation switch, basically, for this, where I can choose to turn it on and off. Plus the constant combinator here. So I want it to be when it sees the O signal equals 1, I wanted to output that green. And then it's just going to be a simple matter of green wire on these long traveling ones. Coming down. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. And then let's do that same one. All right, I'm not doing... Okay, we're gonna fix that right now, I think. Yep, just like that, where I want it to come all the way up here to connect. And I will personally do that, as well as run the green wires. Okay. So the idea here is that I just want to be able to turn either of these locations on or off at will, without having to walk the entire way over. I guess I didn't need that one, huh? Okay, and then can I just... I can enable disable when the green signal equals 1. Yep, so where I'll turn this specifically on or off based on those conditions. So right now I'm just going to have it clean out as much of the spoilage as it can. I got these seeds here. Honestly, I'm probably just going to deal with the seeds. Well... I probably need to bring the seeds up here somehow, but... Yep, low power state will make this a little bit difficult, but that's okay. Alright, so now we have the means to enable and disable things. I wish I could kind of read the spore levels and have it go off of that and try to keep that sort of muted. But I couldn't even begin to fathom how I could figure that out without some real advanced stuff. So we will just be happy with what we have thus far. Green signal equals 1. There we go. There we go. Yep, so right now we're just going to clean out, just going to clean out all the spoilage with low power state. Okay, coming down here. Then we can see that the system takes care of the spoilage just like we expected it to. Okay, but then we want to do something with that bioflux, right? So what do I want to do with the bioflux presently? Because we've been getting the nutrients from it right there, which works. I think... Let's see. So I was getting iron bacteria with the jelly and all that. I think some bioplastic would be good. But right now, we need 4 Umako mash, which these do 6 a second. And I had it kind of tailored to all go in conjunction with this right now, right? Which is good. Until it's not. But we'll see what happens here. Alright, so right now, I need a way to power the steam engine so that we actually have power. So I think probably we want to go for the rocket fuel, which takes 2 bioflux, some jelly, and water, okay? So what I want to do with that then is I want to come over and grab my my chests, for one, that we requested so wonderfully before. Throw down the rest of those logistic bots that I forgot for some reason. I want to grab these. And I want to make this into a passive provider chest, okay? That stores bioflux, but, oh yeah, so this one doesn't have, yeah, I have to gerrymander a little bit there. There we go. But I want to then pull, if there is any spoilage at any time in here, I want to dump it. I want to get rid of it, right? Which is why we then do our active provider chest and all that good stuff, yada yada yada, right? Okay. So, I want rocket fuel from jelly. So I want to actually come up where the jelly itself is, and I want to make it right here. So I'm going to actually artificially pull some, because I think it can handle it. Although I do have to also feed it some nutrients. So it actually is more better to do something like this, where I get those nutrients coming like this. Yes. And then I want the... How fast does it do this? So if I say I want that rocket fuel, we're asking for 6 jelly a second, and the red only does 3 time. Not good, is what you're telling me. So I get around that by just doing a splitter then, and just going right there. And then same thing here when it comes to the spoilage. So kind of resource intensive right now in terms of my actual infrastructure and setup, but it should end up working out pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the on signal to 1 now. And we're going to then connect this. Okay. So those trees should very, very slowly start getting harvested in that. I'm gonna let them stay finite for now, and then I'll be feeding in the seeds and all that later, because I want to keep the spore count down, is the idea. So right now with our abysmal power situation, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. But we have started the process. So as we get more power, that'll help. So what I can do to kind of kickstart it a little bit is I'm going to come outside of the network. I'm going to go grab trees, because I'm going to just burn a bunch of wood to attempt to just kind of get things rolling a little bit to start, and then hopefully this will generate some of what we need. So I'm talking, we're going to throw in the wood, we're going to throw in the spoilage and stuff. All that good stuff is going to come over here. And we'll just grab whatever's on the ground as well to help speed that up. Doing great? Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so just go boop, boop. Understanding that, you know, power just went out. And we operate on a 10-minute day-night cycle, remember that here. So what we can do is we can actually throw down some of this spoilage, which will sort of begin the process. You can see there. Yeah, spoilage itself is not a super awesome fuel source, as I have shown here. Carbon does like a 2 megajoule value. And then wood, I'll have to... Let me actually compare some of this stuff here. Yeah, there's a little bit of both. Wood is a 2 megajoule value as well. The spoilage is a 250 kilojoule value, so I could be turning... I could turn spoilage into carbon. And then I could use that carbon as fuel, sort of. But I think that coal has a higher value typically. Yeah, so coal has double the fuel value. So if I really want some fuel, if I do solid fuel even, has a 12 megajoule, but then we've got rocket fuel, 100 megajoules. So the goal is to get that rocket fuel, because that is going to be a lot of power. In theory. So the hardest part is just going to be getting this process started right now. So very basic circuit logic right now while we try to get this going. But you can see we are now beginning to eke out a little bit, and that's going to come as fast as it possibly can down the line. Hopefully this will have a similar experience. I can't tell if it pulled any yet. It might still be in the process of planting. Luckily well, now it's going to turn into jelly. Ugh, it's so slow. Oh no. It's so slow. Okay, well, let's see if we can't do something about that again. Because right now, it's just a fuel issue. And that rocket fuel is going to be very good for us. We just have to get to it. So I'm just gonna grab a whole lot of junk here now. It may not be the best idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. And again, it's the idea that I'm just trying to jumpstart a few things here. And I'm fine throwing this into the logistic network as well. Not a big deal. There we go. So again, that should give us just enough of a power kick that we get some nutrients flowing through. Hopefully we get some of those some of that good stuff coming in. With the very, very quick burst of power from 200 logs, essentially. Which it does go through. It's doing good, you know, giving us about 20 megawatts. Not anywhere near what we're eventually looking for, but see, so now we're gonna get some more fruits coming in. Fruits, nuts, what have you, all that stuff. And even if it's slow, if it produces even one thing of rocket fuel, I think we'll be in a much better state. But it needs to get us there first. And of course it's going to go down to what doesn't have power, naturally speaking. You know, as we do. Oh wait, that's right. I just realized that don't work right there. So that was useless. I'm glad I found that out now as opposed to later. We need to hit the jelly mixed with this bioflux. And since bioflux is already in the system right there, I should be able to just do this where I can hopefully just go across like that to fill in some nutrients. Yes. Yes, and then we'll grab some of that jelly. And then I want to do a requester where I request. Oh, I didn't set it. Where I request just the bioflux. Because the bioflux is in a much more stable state. Like, let's do that. And that should be dandy. Oh, but it needs water. Oh, water, 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 water. And I am, for some reason, not near water in this marsh bit. Which is stupid. Stupid by me, by the way. I'm not calling the game stupid. Don't get it twisted. There we go. And then give me one pipe. Oh, 2 pipes. Excuse me. Gotta do some surveying. Oh, I surveyed the snot out of that, and you can see that right there. The proof is there. Okay, yep, so now we just need to do what must be done. Which I'm just gonna make some nutrients myself here. Because we just need to get that Yumako mash getting in there now in order to give us the stuff to make the bioflux to then make the nutrients. Because once that process begins, it should start to feed itself, is the plan. Even if it is slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here, so it goes straight to this first. And then we'll throw it down in a bit. Come on. Do they make red splitters more expensive? I don't think so. They seemed about the same to me, at least. Come on, I need that bioflux now, man. I need my bioflux, man. Oh, there it is. Oh, boy. No, it was a lack of nutrients. Oh. Bioflux, man. There it is. comes, man. I'll do it myself, man. Send it out. Get this party rolling. Okay, let's see. I need to do the spoilage treatment down here at these ends as well. What do you mean? Not in the... Oh, it's barely not in the network. That's stupid. There, I fixed it. Just to further make the situation worse there. Okay. Alright. Gotta do another injection. I'll grab some of the spoilage. Gotta go quick. Quick, quick, quick. You know, I'm pretty sure... Nah, that seems about right. I could be wrong, though. Oh. Yeah, you know, it doesn't do anything if there's no power, huh, bud? And then just do that silly spoilage stuff right there. Oh my goodness, dude. It's so bad. Why is it so hard to get power right now? What? What? But I fixed that. When did that happen? Are you actually attached to all this stuff now? Thank you. Jeez, dude. Alright, come on. Surely. Surely that gives us what we need, right? That's enough to at least get, like, a little bit of rocket fuel going in a natural state, right? Did it do it? Did I forget to output? I did forget to output, didn't I? Oh, because it needs the... Oh, it needs the bioflux, my guy. Think about that. Whoa, what? How did that all spoil already? It's supposed to be stable. Give me that thing. Oh, probably because this other stuff spoiled down. Yeah, that's what happened. And it needs 2 of those. Buddy. Give me some of that. Screw the filters, just get it all out. Okay, what did... Oh, 5, are you kidding me? This wouldn't be so hard if the power was cooperating. Just saying. Come on. Come on. Ah. Again. It wounds me. Give me that spoilage. There you go. Come on. Get it out there. Let it be. Let it fly. Okay, we got 1 rocket fuel. 1. Can we get more? That is the real question right now. We got 4. Beautiful. I'll take it. Because this should then begin to manifest into something beautiful and strong. I hope. Let the magic fly. So much better. Alright, so what we're gonna do, requester chest that I want them to do a stack of rocket fuel each. Let it provide. Okay, then I have to do a passive provider chest. Or actually, I could just do an active. Since I want it to come in and get things rolling anyway, right? Oops. Yes. Uh-huh. I'm not sure how that wood is stuck right there. That's okay, though. Okay. It actually lasts, though. Bioflux. Okay. So now, things are going good. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. 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 Much better. Yes, and the bioflux is in a much more stable state for a way longer period of time. Oh my goodness, boys! We did it! We did it! We got something! Woo! Okay, now we just need to turn this bioflux into as many useful things as we can. So we're going to use some of the spoilage as well. So let's do... Let's see. Maybe let's do a passive provider chest. Like this. As well. Where I want to do something like this, where again I'm just going to filter out spoilage. And I just want to have like enough available to the system. Do something like that, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, because then I can just do this, where I then have this, where I'm going to take that bioflux, I'm going to turn it into biosulfur. And then going to just request, and then provide, like we usually do. But I'm going to remove the bioflux component of that. Actually, yeah, because then I also want to do nutrients. Yeah, we can say 100. Why not? No, 100's stupid. 100's stupid. Let's do like 10. And then it's the same thing again, where if it's that, we just get rid of it. And then we'll process it later, yes. There, we now have a source of sulfur. And again, I just do the nutrients at like 10. We'll call that good. Okay, what else do I want? There's the biosulfur, and then we want plastic, which we could get some of the mash. Although we're not getting enough of the mash right now, so let's go see what the issue is there. It's out of seeds. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem since we're ejecting a lot of stuff anyway. We should have seeds in the system. So what we do is we'll just do our little grid again. Coming down like this. And then we'll just have a requester that will just request some seeds. And we'll just say, we'll just request like this. This is the Umako. And yeah, we'll just say 10. And then we'll have this one read contents, and then I want this to only enable if the Umako seeds are less than like 11, we'll say. Nice and easy, right? And then I can even just put some in here for now. I'll throw out some of that. Yep, because then it's able to plant the seeds and get things rolling again. Okay, and then let's take similar idea to this right now. We'll change the recipe a bit. I'm going to change this to be plastic. So I'm going to not request the mash because I'm going to pull it straight. And then I just want to do, again, just 10 of that. And then we just have to do the same contingency there. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my last biochamber here. And this one is actually going to be specifically to turn nutrients from spoilage. Okay. And we're going to do this. And then we'll be doing this. And we'll do active as well. And then we'll just request again just some of that. So this just gives us a sink for spoilage. Gives it somewhere to go. And then here we just pull. Oh, ha ha ha. Can't actually do that. It has to be more right here. Because we need it. We need the mash. We don't need the. We don't need the fruit. We need the mash. There we go. Okay. Now we've got a source of plastic and we've got a source of sulfur. Okay. Now, I am expecting to, unfortunately, lose some of this bioflux in this process, but at least it's in a more stable state. It gives us longer to actually decide what to do with it and all that, so... Whew. Holy moly, dude. What a battle. What a battle that was, but we finally got it into a functioning state now. Okay, so now, with all that in mind, I think the next thing to do is to start setting up defenses, which will also be generally bot-based, I think. So one of the things I want to do is I want to come down here, and it's the farms. We have to protect the farms, okay? So I want to do... We'll do like a gun line here. And then I think we'll do gun line there. And I am just gonna come down like this. Okay, and then we'll just do some speed inserters into each, like so, with a requester, a stack inserter, and all that. Okay. Then I'm just going to be requesting... We'll start with the yellow ammo. We'll just have like a stack of 100 on each. I believe that should be sufficient for most threats, so I'm gonna add some there. And I'm setting it up as like a bot base again because I am actually intending to manufacture these magazines on site. I could have the Iron Star manufacture them and send them down just to make it free and easy, but I think I'm gonna hold off on going that crazy. So then I have to expand the network again. This time we'll go like so. So I'll let the bots take care of this for me, but I'll just walk along with it. So, yep, I want to be able to traverse all the way out here. Means I also want to do this, where I then want to set up this, which will request jelly nut seeds, which is what's stopping us up here. Then I don't want to get within its planting zone right now, but I'm going to do this and that. Has this world been as hard as you thought? Yeah, it's been pretty challenging. Not in a bad way, though, I don't think. Kind of in a refreshing way, I think. It's been really pushing me to think differently than what I normally do, which makes it far less than boring, by the way. And why aren't you... Oh, probably because you don't have the landfill, huh? That's fine, I'll come grab this. Really like the look of it. Yeah, it is interesting. So it's difficult because you have to deal with spoilage and a lot more waste. And then how do you get rid of that waste? And you don't just power everything, you have to feed it with nutrients in order to get it to do what you want type of thing, right? Which I could see to a lot of people that might be an immediate turnoff, so to speak. But like I said, I've been personally really enjoying it, so... And then it's also like this, where I'm not mining anything, I'm planting, right? So like right here, I'm planting down a bunch of trees that I'm going to harvest for the jelly nut, so to speak. And then I'm using the... It's all like biological based instead of just ore based, which I find really interesting. Alright, we are pretty small scale right now here, so... Okay. Okay, it's planted all the good spots right now. I do have some more soil I could throw down, makes things a little bit better. So you can see there, I've put down some artificial soil I made earlier that now it's actually increased the area that this can plant in. Let's see if I can do it a couple more spots. So we'd have to landfill Deadskin Marsh. Yeah, so I can't do as much as I'd like with all this stuff, but that is a pretty decent area to plant in, so I'm pretty happy with that. But every time I harvest something, you can see there's a spore cloud, and that's kind of the main issue to deal with, is the spore clouds. So I'm actually going to come over here and see if I could get rid of one of these stompers with just a few turrets. I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Oh, there's 2 stompers there. I can't do that right now. I need to wait for the star to come by with all of this stuff. I think it's got a fair amount of stuff, honestly. So right now I think the issue is that Vulcanus is struggling to build the rockets again. Probably because I'm making these speed module 2s. So I'm actually going to limit that now. I did get a rare quality, which I'm pretty happy with, but... There has been a constant drain on it. Plus, I can only send up like 50 of these red magazines at a time, which is just so lame. Yeah, you can actually see the plants growing in real time, which I think is really interesting. I don't know if there's a way to expedite their growth or not, but I think this is still pretty cool, so... I think what I might do here is... I want to actually double this, where I come down and saturate the belt on both sides like this. Because that way I clean it out as fast as I can. I just send it down through whatnot. Okay, so I can now leave that alone, because as soon as the plants are ready, it will then harvest them and send them down this way, and then we'll use them up. Meanwhile, we can come down and see our belts have been completely cleared, which is the state of being that we want to be in. Now we just need to check and see... We just want to make sure we don't have any spoilage that's just sitting where it shouldn't be sitting. And it looks like we're pretty good for the most part right now, so we're pretty happy with that. Because it means that our system has appropriately dealt with all this stuff. And you can see here that we've actually cleaned out all the spoilage from our system, so we're managing to keep the system clear of waste, because we've just been turning this into excess nutrients. And then meanwhile we have all this bioflux we're sitting on, which again, it is decaying as it sits here, but instead of being just a couple minutes, it actually lasts like an hour. Like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I can't remember exactly, but significantly way less volatile. And the beauty of this is that these resources are essentially free, so if they do end up spoiling, it's really not that big of a deal. Not really, you know what I mean? I mean, even these take like an hour to spoil. I'd rather that they were at a higher percent when they get through, but yeah, we forgot to add the reseeding in the top farm, so now we're kind of just stuck waiting on that. But luckily, once this, yep, see, as soon as it was able to harvest, it got one big harvest. It started replanting. It's picking up stuff. It's just going to town. And we're cleaning off as fast as we can. We're then able to then process this semi-quickly. But I can see that right now, if we get stuck, we kind of don't really have anything else to go off of, so yeah. So I think what I need to do is I need a backup. And that backup is going to be like this. Okay, where I'm just gonna say right here where I want to read the contents, and then I want to say if the nutrients in here nutrients, where did you go? Nutrients less than 1. Right now it has no power, that's okay. And then I just want to give this like 2 nutrients. I want it to request 2 nutrients and give it the same. I can't do the same condition, but same thing if it sees that the nutrients in here are less than 1. Okay. So right now, I just have to kind of start it myself. There we go. And see, just like that, just a little bit of spoilage left over will then allow us to kick things off a little bit. And I could probably set a little bit more advanced logic for this that would actually allow me to kickstart this automatically at any given time. But the idea behind this is that we don't sit idle. If we can. But you can see right here that just off of that free rocket fuel, we're actually able to feed this entire system now. And, ta-da! It's gorgeous. Now it's just a matter of using the bioflux in order to create our science and all that stuff. So part of what I want to do right now is I want to make iron plates in order to make sustainable ammo, right? So to do that, I need to get iron bacteria, which we get from jelly, right? So that's pretty simple, honestly, because all I have to do is just copy a setup similar to this, which I'll put next to the jelly that's coming out, but I'm going to clear that, and I just want this to make the bacteria, which this actually does want spoilage. Or, no, it doesn't. No, it just wants the jelly. Okay, so I can actually remove this. And then I can actually let this be passive here. I don't need it to be anything crazy. Oh, but what I do need is I need this to be requesting nutrients. Just like we had before, just doing like 10. No big deal. And then doing like that. And then again, our little safety catch. Of that. Alright, but I have to go get some more. I have to get a pentapod egg in order to make that, so. Not a huge deal, but that'll just give us a steady supply of the bacteria that we need in order to create our ore. Even if it's just going to be kind of tiny and slow. Doesn't really matter. At least not to me. It might matter to some people, it doesn't matter to me. So, we'll just walk our way down here. We're going to look for a small nest, because I still don't have the tank in order to go fully hog wild on things. And we're just going to look for our victim. We will need some nutrients for this as well. Okay, there's a small egg raft right here. Oh no, a stomper. Run. Run. Oh my gosh. I'm probably gonna get smacked here. I didn't see the stomper, yep. That sucks. Yep, so the stompers are really hard for me to kill right now. I only did like 300 damage with the lasers, because lasers suck. If you couldn't tell, lasers kind of suck. Alright, let's see. What is the state of this? You know what? You know what? Let's just go for it, huh? Who needs those walls anyway, right? Alright, we're gonna go see if the Stompy Boy goes back to where he belongs, or if he's just gonna sit and camp my corpse for a bit. So the hope is that by using the cannon shells, these ones right here, the piercing allows me to knock out the stompers, I hope. Because they do like 5,000 physical damage right now. I think he went away. Good. Good, good, good. I got my stuff back. Yeah, hateful. Absolutely hateful. I'm gonna see if I can't sneak that, Did I get the eggs? I don't think I even got the eggs. Don't get too close. Don't get too close. Thought I hit the raft. I don't see the eggs anywhere, though. I didn't pick them up. Okay. We'll wait for the tank to come down. Ooh, man, and it made it. Unscathed. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna send the tank down. We're gonna send the shells. Magazines, and then the extra gun turrets will also come down. I'm just gonna wait for it a little bit. Come on. Come on, there it goes. Okay. Then I just run over and I just retrieve it. We'll even supposedly have some rocket fuel stocked up that we can power it with. Unless it's all still going towards power there. It might be. Gonna grab that, grab our cannon shell there. Alright, let's see. Oh, I guess we do have some that are gonna sit on the belt itself, so. Alright, I'll just grab some of that for our uses here. We'll then throw down our tank. Let's see how this goes. I do have repair packs, if needed. And again, the hope is that our piercing damage is what's going to be really good. Think of it like we're using anti-armor shells, I hope. So I'm going to come up, we're going to kind of get its attention. Oh, yeah, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love having a tank again. That was a few. That gave us 9 eggs. Wow. Yeah, it did not take many shells to take that out. That felt a lot easier, thank goodness. Okay, so now we're just missing some nutrients, which we'll go grab some nutrients. Do I have landfill? Did I use up? No, I got some landfill. We're good. Oops, well, saw that coming. It was only a matter of time before I rammed one of those, huh? There we go. Alright, let's come snag a little bit of nutrients. Yep. Okay, now we're missing some iron plates, which we're still working on. So we only get 0.3 of these per second, unfortunately. But what I can do is I can cut this. And then we can go... We can double up on that. Just like that. Yep, and then, because that lets us get 2 of these, we'll then start to collect the bacteria. And then, presumably, start to get some ore. Which I'm going to start right here. With just a simple little setup here. The provider chest, a requester chest. And then here, I'm just going to request like 1 of those. And then I'm going to request the iron ore after it's been done there. So I don't want to pull a whole lot, but I do want to use a little bit, is the idea. And we'll see... I can't remember if you can use rocket fuel in these little guys. Ah, you can. Got him. Got him. I should probably use the electric furnaces, but I'm kind of interested to see how this works too. So yeah, we get a collection of the bacteria coming here. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm just gonna do exactly that. I'm just gonna grab that, pull it out a little bit, because I think it is better to do that. So, remove the rocket fuel request. And then just every time that we're getting that ore from the bacteria, it then converts into our plates. Then, I just want to start making yellow ammo from the plates, and do like 1 stack, and then save the rest. And again, the idea here is that we're then providing ammo to our 2 farms, because lasers suck, by the way. Yeah, they made lasers atrocious. And now I am cutting into this a bit, so I think what I want to do is I want to actually... I want to read the belt contents here. And then I want to do... I want to do this, where I want to say... Oh, how many belts is this here? We're going... about 15, so... 80... 115. So... maybe I don't read this one, I'll just read this one. So I want to say if the jelly is greater than, like, 100, maybe? Jelly greater than 100. So basically, I want it to come here first, and then I want to take the excess out. And I'm only focusing on this 1/2 as well, too. And granted, the jelly is getting used up on some stuff over here as well, but I'm trying to allow it to go there first, but maybe I don't need to do that. We're gonna try it, though. We're gonna try that, see how that goes. Yeah, I can see now the mash is getting eaten up there, so that's now getting efficiently used, for the most part. My nutrient usage is awful. It's straight awful, by the way. There's gotta be a better way to do that, but... for the time being, this is what we're doing. Oh, we're only doing half belt. That's right. That's right, so it's never gonna reach that level. So, we're gonna do 50. There we go. I completely forgot about the half belt bit. There we go. So now we get that spoilage coming. So in theory, there'll always be a little bit of spoilage. So now we're just kind of like using that spoilage as a way to kind of guarantee that we get a little bit of a kickstart, basically no matter what, is what we're going for here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So that's a... let's have a look at our... Bioflux. Alright, so... 108 a minute. When it's really going, it actually reaches like almost 600 a minute, which I'm pretty happy with when it's in full swing. But right now I think the issue is this. Oh, it's because we didn't have the crop. So the crop timing might be a little bit important too, but there's no real way for me to time that right now that I'm aware of, so... Man, it is... not gonna lie, it is pretty satisfying once you actually get that rolling. To see that going. Okay, yep, and then like I said, the Bioflux, pretty stable as is, and then we'd be using this to get our Agriculture science. Spoil time of 1 hour. Okay. Bioflux has 2 hours when you get it at its max bit. But the science packs are 1 hour. Okay. So knowing that, I definitely want to, ooh, shoot, I have some pentapod eggs on me still. Yowzers. I guess I didn't. Yeah, gotta make sure that we keep that clear of any spoilage. Oh, in fact, I can make this even easier. I can have this just be for plastic. And then I'll pull spoilage out of there if it happens to get inside. There we go. That's a little bit better. Keeps things a little bit more sane in that regard. Let's see. Yep, then right there I'm able to use up the jelly in a constructive way, which is really good. Can't complain about that too much. I mean, we could, but who's gonna, right? And then we're just collecting all that and just letting it carry on into the bacteria. Okay. Right, these actually do make quite a bit of a spoilage, so I think what I want to do is I'm going to filter out the bacteria, and then I want to do the spoilage like that again. Because to me that is a better way of dealing with the spoilage, because it ensures that I never clog up any of that. Yeah, and I think bots are the way to go, because bots are able to more dynamically deal with the changing conditions of all these things, is what it feels like to me. Power's still good. And we just have this beautiful, beautiful rocket fuel backup right here that is powering these steam engines just magnanimously. They're not even running at full power, which is good. Very good indeed. I like that a lot. Okay. That's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Feeling good, too. Feeling real good. Okay, so yeah, the next step is just going to be as simple as dealing with our science. And I think one of the things that we're going to do is I want to actually bring science there. So, let's see. So if we look at Gleba, let's look at our ag science. Okay, if I want to get carbon fiber, I need 500 of everything. Okay, we know that much. So 1,500 there, and then 2,500. Okay, so let's start with 1,500 in order to get the carbon fiber and the rocket turret. So we know we need 1,500 of each science. And these stack to 1,000 apiece, so It's all well and good. So we'll do 2,000. It's 5 stacks, yes. Should be able to do that. I haven't done research in a bit, so there should be a pretty good buildup of it. Okay, I just need to change all these to be Vulcanus, because that's where I'm going to get it from. I didn't have to do this. Seems lame. Wish it would just automatically request it from wherever I'm at, but I think I understand why they did it this way. Okay. Alright. Off to Vulcanus. Probably be able to get the walls fixed up too while we're at it. So there should be a buildup of some blue circuits, and there is. A fair amount, as a matter of fact. No walls, though. Why? It's been eating up the walls. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. Ooh. That was close. Barely made it that time. Holy crap. Yep, so huge injection of science is about to come in. And this one always gives me trouble. This one's always such a pain. I don't know why this one's all like so darn slow, but I'm gonna add a second one to see if that helps speed it up a little bit. Alright. So I've got that set. I can remember that pretty easy. Yep, so we're just gonna ship a whole bunch of science over in order to make sure that we get the full use out of those Gleba science packs that we possibly can. Because otherwise we have to make them at a pretty large scale that I'm not sure we're quite ready for. Then I guess I can come back to Gleba and we can probably empty this out, but we'll request all that. Cool rocket launches. Oh yeah. Oh, and when they land on the ship too, with their payloads. So they'll land in the main area, but any cargo bays that you add on to increase capacity, they also land in those. And it can also increase the amount of rockets that you can have go up at a time as well. So it's fantastic. It is fantastic. We love it. Okay, so we do have 1,000 of the chemical science packs so far, so we can get at least that, but we need 2,000 because that's what we have designated here, which kind of sucks, but I can't really make them any faster than I've got right now. Yeah. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's see. Okay, spoilage is beginning to back up a bit, so I think we need to increase this. Because we need to eat that spoilage at a faster rate. So this is less of providing us with more nutrients and more of let's get rid of that spoilage before it becomes a big problem. So we're trying to consume the spoilage faster than we're creating it. It's like right here, we've got spoilage at 12 a minute. This one is now consuming at 860 a minute. Right? But that fluctuates frequently. So if I go off the last 10 minutes, 618 a minute, 636 a minute. And you can see here it peaks up at 1.1 thousand, and now we can actually eat it at 1.2 thousand a minute. Which is exactly what we wanted. And apparently I ran out of my bulk inserters for once. Which is a new experience for me. Okay, yep, so just waiting on that, and I guess while we're here, I suppose I'll add more of those. I like those. So now we just have to deal with our slower, oh no, rocket fuel. And you are lacking solid fuel. Oh, man, okay. Try speeding those up. Let's see if that helps out at all. Kind of forgot about that. Yeah, because if we're not doing the rocket fuel properly, that also slows us down. So right now, we're actually being limited by rocket fuel of all things, which is not what I thought we would be limited by. Yeah, it's the one issue we have right now is that I did not go up to scale like I should have. Still don't know why I'm not getting those walls. I don't know what's eating up the walls. Let's check, actually. If I look at a wall, they're used in military science packs. I guess that makes sense. So since we're making a bunch of these military science packs, it stands to reason that we would be eating them up. And we're actually eating them up at a pretty fast rate, so I guess it's no surprise that we wouldn't really be sitting on any, especially because we've been using up all these bricks, too. Should probably just do... some of that. There we go. Yep. The idea here is that I'm trying to increase our brick production now in order to hopefully make it easier to make those walls at a faster rate as well as whatever else takes bricks. Because right now, if I were to look at bricks, no, we consume them pretty fast. Yeah, no, it's pretty dead even right now. So maybe this will make a difference, we'll see. Only time will tell. Yeah, right now the hope is that we can at least bump up our chemical science production to kind of match up and stay online. Additionally, we tried to up our rocket fuel production, which has gone pretty well. So I'm going to actually add more of these quality Speed 2 mods if we have them. I hope we have them. I don't think we have them. Or what are they, Speed 1s? Oh, they're Speed 1s. I think we have those. Unless I ate them. Might have ate them. Okay. Well, let's just come down here. We'll just grab normal level 2 mods then, in order to increase our throughput on all of that. And we'll do the same thing on these. And then additionally increase their respective requests to be requesting higher amounts of that fuel. Okay, what we should see here now is our rocket fuel should hopefully increase its level of production, but it might just be limited by the bots now, unfortunately. There's not much I can do about that. Not until later. Because I have to actually come over to the planet to do a lot of the stuff I'd need to do to really make it work. Okay, well, yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of waiting on that till we can get our... Then we can get the research for the carbon fiber and all that stuff, but... Unfortunately, we're going to have to save and call it there. So I was originally planning to do more tonight, but it's about that time. I got other stuff I have to do, including working on the basement and that, so having to cut it a little bit early here. I do apologize for that. We will be back on Monday. Monday should be a full night, and I'm going to attempt to just let this run over the weekend a little bit to try to build up some of that stuff to offset some of our poor decisions. And then we'll get that science in. We'll be able to hopefully have enough to research the first stage towards the Spidertrons, which will then open up a lot of possibilities for us. And hopefully we'll get done with Gleba in a reasonable amount of time, and then we can move on to Fulgora before prepping up for Aquilo. Is the plan, at least, so yeah, about that time. Well, no, it's not that time. Normally I go for another, like, 3 hours beyond this, normally. But unusual week. It's an unusual week, so unfortunately this time we're gonna have to call it early, so yeah, thank you guys for being here. I hope you've been enjoying Factorio. I know I don't get a lot of engagement usually when I'm playing it, so I don't know if that's just because we're so awestruck and enjoying it and stuff, but I hope that it's a positive thing. So do let me know if you guys are enjoying it. If you haven't followed, make sure that you follow, so that you know when I'm on again and all that. And if you don't like Factorio, let me know. Most people just probably gaming. Oh yeah, like, I understand that. Just you know, just let me know. Always looking for feedback. Always looking to improve wherever we can. So okay, I will let you guys go, and you guys enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you again on Monday, maybe Sunday, but most likely Monday. So we'll see you later.